what different? What way are you motivated? Demotivated? पीछे ये बैठे हैं ना, इसलिए बोलो डिस्टर्ब करेगा, इसलिए बैठे नहीं तो अभी पीछे देखोगे तो समझ गए मैम बोली कौन सी मैम बोली है पीडीएफ बोले पीछे कौन सी मैम बोली तुमने बोला मैम बोलिए पीछे बैठने को इसको भी गुड क्यों बोलने का मैंने नहीं बोला पीछे बैठने मैं बोला अगर ज्यादा है बिकॉज when I said that he is he was saying that not only me they also trouble so ये बोला so I said you said ये बैठो भी मैंने बोला मेरे सामने तो वैसे मैंने देखा नहीं है मेरे सामने क्या होता है कि you are the one who is always up to something so he tells me no and you are not there and when the assist teacher correct and that time बात करिए तो मैंने जो भी है मैंने बोला look अभी beyond my if it's beyond my control I can't help it I can't I'm not going to sit and verify facts क्या होगा उसके टाइम पर बात so it's in that case why you talk you also you not to ignore no how I tell you ignore करो उसको एक दूसरे को इंस्टिगेट भी करना है देन टू एक्सपेक्ट कि कोई मेरे को कुछ बोले नहीं कुछ कर से जस्ट बी ऑफ योर मीटिंग मीटिंग के बाद क्या हुआ व्हाट और ट्रेनिंग स्टेट पूरा कंप्लीट हुआ ओके बाबा नहीं हो
एग्जाम से एग्जाम का एग्जाम के बाद
कैसे करेगा उसके बाद फिर नवंबर में साथ मॉक पे
नो अभी एग्जाम आ रहा है
तो कर लेना दे अभी ना सिंगल जो है
कोई भी रहो उसको सारा मतलब फिजिकल और मैथ्स का
हां तो इंग्लिश पर करना तो फॉर इंग्लिश it's not that it's easy to score in fact or minute checking of the English one was good after PTM पापा घर पे जाने के बाद बोल रहे क्या टाइम पास करा के ये हमारा हो गया था फिर उसके बाद एक्स्ट्रा बिठाया था वो सर से वगैरह से मिलने के लिए बाद में उसमें ज्यादा टाइम चला गया ना बाहर जाना था ना तो इसके लिए पता नहीं यार एक्स्ट्रा टाइम लिया ना निकलना 11 बजे था ना ये से लेट हो गया 11:30 हो गए 11:30 पहले for the teacher in the need to be what are 2-4 minutes you can help it also for your parents and chalo let's start what are we take it for this first time first that's what adding guides के बाद so first drag cluster did that way अब एक चैप्टर बाकी है उसके बाद हो गया पढ़ाई disturbance and medical errors
एंडी ग्रेगरी फिर उसके बाद है ये हमारा बोल रहे हैं कि आपने बेटे को खाएगा
अब पैर लग रहे इसके बोल पैर लगते हैं ऐसे करने से अरे बोल रहे
मैम पीछे को रोज रखते से
नहीं यार मुझे कितना पीछे बैठे उल्टा ऐसा तो देखेगा तेरा आम जाएगा तू उधर बैठ ना उधर बैठ के लेके फेस पे हुआ तो अरे नीचे स्क्वायर का दिया थे बैठ को अच्छा स्वाद बैठ they would be yes, they have no given number you will not matching it so which will for random things now we do server network last chapter last year we have accuracy for accuracy and proposal but area for answer yes एक poem on a chapter and over there is that book we have one only give one more it's that what's the book that says that same
story
that we do like each one will be one character that's a conversation also just the book that says here so उसमें characters है it's like a play form अभी नहीं करना है तो यही करना है बस so मैं नहीं करना there are two parts it's much
but so where we see last
okay so the surveillance Banaras Bottom Buddha 563 BC 483 BC began life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautam. Pay attention, huh? And underline all the important points. Siddhartha Gautam in northern India. So I'll be giving you that quiz answer. In northern India at 12 which happened his name was Dr. Buddha. अब सब ये चालू है जल्दी करना है नीचे उसमें तो चालू करना goodbye so Gautam Buddha 563 BC to 483 BC began life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautam in northern India. At 12, he was sent away for study in the Hindu sacred scriptures. And 4 years later, he returned home to marry a princess. So at what age did he come back? 16 years. When he was sent? 25. What 25? 4 years later, he returned home to marry a princess. What 25 years? 12. ध्यान दो they had a son and lived for 10 years as befitted royal. Befitted royalty means as a member of the royal kingdom, like a prince. So for 10 years, that's still around 26 years of age. At about the age of 25, so that's the approximate 10 years that we spoke about, the 25, 26. At the about the age of 25, the prince, year 24, write down before now. Before now. Okay, so the prince, year 24, shielded from the sufferings of the world. Shielded means protected. So year 24, shielded from the sufferings of the world while out hunting, chanced upon, came across by chance. So he chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. Alms is when they beg for food or clothes or things like that. That alms. So what happened? While he was out hunting, year 24 shielded from the sufferings of the world means he was a prince. I think the sheet is signed. So till now he was protected, he was a prince. So he was protected from all the negative things happening outside. And he got everything that he wanted in life. So he didn't know what suffering was. So when he was out hunting, what all did he come across? One, a sick man, two, an aged man, three, a funeral procession, and four, a monk begging for alms. These sights moved him, so moved him. These sights so moved him that he at once went out into the world to seek enlightenment. Enlightenment, a state of high spiritual knowledge concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. So he wanted to learn more about it and get enlightenment with regards to all these sufferings. He wandered for 7 years. Wandered means he roamed about from here to there for 7 years and finally sat down under a peepal tree where he vowed to stay until enlightenment came. So he thought that I will do meditation over here until that enlightenment comes and I learn. Enlightened after 7 days. So he was there continuously for a period of 7 days there under the peepal tree. He renamed the tree Bodhi tree. That is tree of wisdom. Bodh is wisdom, knowledge. So he named it Bodhi tree and began to teach and share his new understandings. At that point, he became known as the Buddha, or also known as the awakened or the enlightened. The Buddha preached his first sermon. Sermon, see, a religious or moral talk, right? Giving his, imparting his knowledge. So the Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Banaras. Where was it? City of Banaras, the most holy of the living places on the river Ganges. Like how Haridwar is, where you have the Ganga and you take a dip there. So like that you have Banaras, which is one of the holy cities. That sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Inscrutable is something which cannot be understood. So what does it reflect? Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. The suffering that is difficult to understand, suffering which all of us face, but it is difficult. So now there is this story about this lady known as Lisa. Isa Gautami had an only son and he died. In her grief, she carried the dead child to all her neighbors, asking them for medicine. And the people said, she has lost her senses. The boy is dead. The boy was dead, but she could not psychologically accept that he's dead. So she went from house to house asking for medicine. Sometimes it happens, no, the pain is, yes, the pain, the shock is so much that you just can't accept it. It takes time to come to terms with it. So, everyone said that she's gone mad, this boy is dead and she's asking for medicines. At length, Isa Gautami met a man who replied to her request. I cannot give thee medicine for thy child. Thee is you and thy is your. I cannot give you medicine for your child, but I know a physician who can. And the girl said, pray, tell me, sir. Who is it? Pray is, please tell me, sir. Okay, so she says, please tell me, who is that person who has a solution to my problem? And the man replied, go to Sakya Muni, the Buddha. So, but where does he ask her to go? To Sakya Muni or to the Buddha. Isa Gautami prepared to the Buddha and cried. So she went. See, it's a stylic use. Means an old-fashioned way of saying went. So Isa Gautami repaired to the Buddha and cried, Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my boy. The Buddha answered, I want a handful of mustard seed. And when the girl, in her joy, promised to procure it, the Buddha added, what did the Buddha say? I want a handful of mustard seeds. What are mustard seeds? Not sunflower. Chote rai ke seeds, which mother puts in dal, small round, the tiny seeds. Shivam, why have you removed your specs? Thank you, Ranjit. Wear it. So, what does he say? Go and get a handful of mustard seeds. And when the girl in her joy promised to procure it, procure is to get it, bring it. The Buddha added, the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. Get it from a house where no one has lost child, husband, parent, friend, any one of their family or friends. Nobody should have died. Is there anyone like that? In your life, somebody or the other, you must have experienced your life also, maybe grandparents, maybe some uncles, maybe tragic, it's tragic, but maybe some friends also, some sudden kind of death. Shivam, you, in your life also, is there anyone who has died? कहीं बोल रहा था आपके your life also somebody or the other time कोई uncle or some distant relative or things like that could be. So how is she going to find a house like that? So Isa Gautami now went from house to house and the people pitied her and said, here is mustard seed, take it. But when she asked, did a son or daughter or father or mother die in your family? They answered her, alas, the living are few, but the dead are many. Do not remind us of our deepest needs, because everyone misses the ones who are not there. So talking about it reminds them of it. So they said, don't ask us only about it, don't remind us of the deepest sadness that we have. Living are few and dead are many means. There are so, the people who are dead in their house are people. Yes, because over a period of time, there are so many people who are died and currently living are few compared to that. And there was no house but some beloved had died in it. This means that there was no house where any family member had died. Not died. Isa Gautami became weary and hopeless. Weary is tired. So she became very tired and without any hope, hopeless, and sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. Flickered and extinguished means bunchal. It was night time. At last, the darkness of the night reigned everywhere. Reigned means ruled. Means everywhere finally everyone went to sleep and it was absolutely dark. And she considered the fate of men. Fate means destiny. She started thinking of that, about their lives. So she's saying that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. So flicker means when it's on, means the person has taken birth. When the light is off, refers to the person dying. So human beings' lives are also like those lights that are going on and off. And she thought to herself, how selfish I am in my grief. Death is common to all, yet in this valley of desolation, see there is desolation, an area which is filled with deep sorrow. Valley of desolation means in this life which is full of a lot of sorrow, deep sorrow. There is a path that leads him to immortality. Immortality means life forever. Who has surrendered all selfishness? Mortals, it's written down. Those who are bound to die. Immortal are those who live forever. No. Amar. So who are those people who become immortal? Those who surrender all selfishness. Because she realizes her fault. What was her fault? That she became selfish. She thought that I am the only one who's facing this difficulty. Why should it be? Let it be solved. But then when she found out, they say, that if you look at the sadnesses of other people, you will find your own problems less. Because there are so many who face even more problems than us. The Buddha said, the life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief. Brief, right? It's a short life. Even if it's somebody who lives for 100 years, still it's restricted. No, it's never 1,000 years. So troubled and brief and combined with pain. For there is not any means by which those that have been born can avoid dying. After reaching old age, there is death. Of such a nature are living beings, right? Whoever, if the light has gone on, it has to go off. So if we have been born, we have to die. As ripe fruits, now here he is giving two examples. One is of ripe fruits and the second is of earthen vessels. As ripe fruits are early in danger of falling, so mortals, when born, are always in danger of death. Ripe fruits early in danger of falling means हाँ जब वो ripe होएगा, जब वो raw है तब वो tree पे लगा रहेगा, right? You must have seen the mango tree, right? So when देखा है, or any other fruit tree. So when the fruits are raw, they will be strongly attached to the branches of the tree. As it becomes ripe, then they tend to fall. Either वो सड़ जाएंगे और खत्म हो जाएंगे, या तो वो गिर जाएंगे and then गिर के सड़ जाएंगे. Right? So he's giving the example of this. Right? Second example. As all earthen vessels are मिट्टी का घड़ा. As all earthen vessels made by the potter and then being broken, so is the life of mortals. Sooner or later that earthen vessel is going to break. However carefully you use it, after some years it's going to dissipate and it will break off. So he's saying, so is the life of all of us mortals. Somebody may live for 60, somebody may live for 80, somebody may live for 100, somebody may even live for 20. Right? So it's all, we are all mortals. So both young and adult, both those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall into the power of death. All are subject to death. All are going to die. Even if it's a king who is very powerful, he's also going to die. He will also die. And even if it's somebody who's serving the king, that person also will not live forever. Of those who overcome by death, depart from life, means overcome by death, depart from life means those who die. In simple words. A father cannot save his son, nor kinsmen their relations. Kinsmen is the family members. Those who are destined to die. How much ever money you may have, you may give them the best treatment, you may send them to the US also, you may send them to the best hospital available. But life is that way that it need not necessarily, and they may not be able to save their family. So, father cannot save his son, nor kinsmen their relations. But while relatives are looking on and lamenting deeply, lamenting means, see, expression of sorrow, it's crying, it's displaying their grief. One by one, mortals are carried off. So even whilst you cry for the death of somebody, still there are so many deaths taking place. Now also while we talk, there must be so many people who have died in this much time also. Maybe in this moment also. There will be so many in the world who are dying. So one by one, mortals are carried off like an ox that is led to the slaughter. Slaughter means be killed. So like an ox that is taken to the slaughterhouse. What can the ox do? Nothing. How much ever it tries to struggle, it's going to be killed. Eventual result is going to be its death. So same way we humans, how much ever we try, death cannot be expected. We cannot escape from death. It is something that is expected. We cannot stop it from that. So the world is afflicted by suffering, disease, or pain. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. Decay means what? Sarja. So when you grow old, your body starts changing. Where it starts becoming more weak and different problems keep arising, right? Not necessarily old also, even youngsters are growing so many nowadays, so much is happening. So definitely. Therefore, the wise do not grieve, knowing the terms of it. So, of course, you feel bad, but he's saying the wise do not grieve, knowing the terms of the world. That doesn't mean that he's saying that when somebody dies, you should be happy, you should not be sad. What he is saying that you should come to terms with it that yes, this is a part of life. So then it helps you to overcome that problem. There are so many who, if somebody dies, they get so affected that their life becomes miserable, depressed, they go into depression. So he's saying that the wise will not grieve, knowing the terms of the world. What are the terms of the world? Everyone. Death comes to not from weeping nor from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. Correct? If you're crying, if you're grieving, is there going to be peace of mind? No, you'll go more into depression, your life will become even worse. On the contrary, his pain will be greater and his body will suffer because his mind is not in the right frame of mind. His body will also become weak, he will not eat well, he'll get all sorts of diseases, all sorts of problems in his life. He will make himself sick and fail. Yet, the dead are not saved by his lamentation. Iska matlab, if he cries, if somebody is going to die, is it that if you cry a lot, that person will be saved from dying? No. Neither is it going to happen that if that person is dead and you cry, go into depression, you affect your health, that person is going to come back. So crying will harm whom the person who had to go has gone. Whom will it affect? The person who's crying, the person who's not able to get over it, not able to overcome. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation. Draw out the arrow of lamentation means yes, that extreme sorrow, extreme grief. He should get that out of him. Our arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. Complaint क्यों? Because we complain अरे मेरे साथ भी होता है. So all those things you have to take out because those are what nothing but negative thoughts. जो होना है वो तो होगा ही, right? You can't stop that from us. So what is the use of crying and complaining and lamenting? He who has drawn out the arrow, which arrow? Arrow of lamentation, complaint, and grief. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed. Composed means calm, shant. You are aware that the person has gone, and you are also aware that yes, this is a part. Can't help it. Has become composed will obtain peace of mind. He who has overcome all sorrow will become free from sorrow and bliss. Right? Just like this Lisa Virginie, when she didn't accept, could she do anything to bring him back? No. So who was getting affected? She only, she was not in the right frame of mind. So it's good that she learned this lesson. If she hadn't learned it, what she would have done? She might have not even left the body of the child thinking that he is still alive and it would have impacted her so much pain. Nice story. Short. Yes.
The question is there are testing between
क्या लिखना है?
या चलेगा चार
हाँ इसी का रखा ठीक है inside ना बंदा रखो ना पीछे just a moral term. See, where was it given? Which is 1 so we take India and US. Start. There you spit, Shivam. क्या कर रहा है तू? बोलती हूँ मम्मी को तू आज फेंक के आया मतलब मम्मी ने बोला होगा कह रहे हो इधर भी तू निकाल रहा है बार-बार मैं कोई नहीं सकता अब तो मिल गई मैं तेरी आई met your mothers we are all accessible. Hello sir. So first one, the question is how many of the Unlike one word, like what is it? First one, why was Isa Gautami sad? Write on your own, I will not give you option. Just write the main part of the answer, full sentence. Why was Isa Gautami sad? Done. Second, where did Buddha teach his first sermon? Which place? Name of the place?
Some place
Name of the area, not the location. Third, what is the world afflicted with? What is the world afflicted, affected with? The keyword. Dash and dash. Dash and dash. If you get one word, half a mark. Election is clear. What is the word afflicted with? Same word was there in the book also, afflicted. Question का meaning है, what all is the word affected with? So dash and dash. Next. What does the right foot fear? What is the fear that the right foot has? Next, fifth one. Under which tree did Buddha sit? Under which tree did Buddha sit? According to Buddha, what is an inscrutable kind of suffering? What cannot be avoided? What suffering cannot be avoided? What? Seven. What is an inscrutable kind of suffering? Uska meaning. What is a suffering that you cannot live without? It is always going to be there. Next one, 7. Those who do not grieve are dash. Those who do not grieve over the death of a loved one are dash. Those who do not grieve over the death of a loved one are dash. Eight. Who is free from sorrow? Who is free from sorrow? Sorrow. Sorrow इसमें था word अभी पहले sorrow मतलब sadness. Who is free from sadness? Right. फोटो निकाल के भेज देखिए मैं बोलती हूँ जो भी काम करती है अभी क्यों पहनना है नेक्स्ट what did Isa ask for to bring her son back to life? What did Isa ask for to bring her son back to life? Isa Gautami. What did Isa Gautami ask for to bring her son back to life? What did she want? And next. Next one. He got enlightenment after how many days? Buddha. Who else? अभी who इधर और कौन who है? Buddha got enlightenment. Buddha got enlightenment. कोई जरूरत नहीं है ना कोई जरूरत नहीं After how many days did Buddha get enlightenment? Enlightenment मतलब high spirituality. Yes. क्या ध्यान दे रहा है The wise do not dash, knowing the terms of the world. That line is there in the book. The wise do not dash, knowing the terms of the world. नहीं option. क्या है इसमें? Option like if it's a giving chance. The wise do not dash, knowing the terms of the world. 12. What does Lisa search from house to house in the first place? 12, huh? 12. In the beginning, what does she go searching for? In the first place it's written, na? Means in the beginning, what does she go searching for from house to house? Second time she brings something that Buddha tells her to do. First time, what was she searching? What does Isa search for from house to house in the first place? Done? Next. What did the flickering lights make her realize? What did the flickering lights make her realize?
पूरा सेंटेंस
हाँ इसमें थोड़ा ज्यादा ही next. Unveiling. 14 now. 14 is over. Now 14 हो गया. 14. अच्छा ठीक है तो एक मेरा. Now this is now 14. Both young and adults, fools and wise, fall into the power of dash. Both young and the last part. both young and adults, fools and wise fall into the power of dash. Both young and adults, fools and wise fall into the power of dash. मैंने जब वोकिंग का एक्सप्लेन किया speed. What was the condition imposed upon the source of the seeds? It's where to get the seeds from. What was the condition? What did he rename the tree? Where he got attracted with? What did he rename the tree? Next. The number of
मैंने बस बोल के कर पड़ेगा
क्या बोल के बंद किया मतलब इसमें दिल को कुछ नहीं किया फिर नहीं चल तो क्या बोला वो सब समझते हैं जाने स्टार्ट करते मैंने तो सिर्फ फूड बोला और कौन सा आंसर लिख रहा था इतना
नाम छोड़ का नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन बोलना
17 let him finish what did he rename the tree फटाफट लिख दो
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन
हो गया for how many years 17 for how many years did he wander for how many years did he wander where your specs Shiva
मतलब
अभी पूछता है जब सिखाती हूँ तभी नहीं ध्यान देता है for how many years did he wander he wandered for 24-25 years last 18 what was Gautam Buddha's early name at birth what was his original name
name प्लेस भी लिखना
that भी लिखना है
यहाँ तो फिर वो प्लेस
नाम लिखना है नाम what was his name you done first one why was Sita Gautami sad
because he still died
his her only son had died is gone in
right
Sita Gautami is where did Buddha preach his first sermon Banaras yes चलिए से अपना करेक्शंस करो बिना चेकिंग what is the word afflicted with death and
depression
and death and decay
depression भी चलता है
अब half मतलब death and decay half mark have you written half what does the ripe fruit fear
that because the fruit
fall
in
in
the
the
water
water चलेगा ठीक है what do you write
that is better
where did Buddha sit repeat. According to Buddha, what is an inscrutable kind of suffering? Death. Death of a loved one or loss of a loved one. See, your death those who do not grieve are immortal. Wise. Every time. Who is free from sorrow? Person who dies.
Person who is immortal.
Person who dies.
Why?
Person dies. It is who is free from sorrow. Person who dies, it will not be correct answer.
Person is immortal.
Because otherwise वो गलत हो जाएगा ना. You are alive, have to do something about it.
Person
So
is immortal.
person who overcomes sorrow.
I'm able to
Or who overcomes
I'm able to have the
the understanding of sorrow.
person who is immortal.
No.
I don't know.
सबको गलत.
I'm
Who overcomes sorrow? Person who overcomes sorrow. Or who you could have even written who overcomes the death of a loved one and understands that there is death.
remember this question.
एक तो चश्मा पहन उसके बाद अरे मैम अरे शिवम मैं जस्ट शिवम और करते हो What did Isa ask? Medicine. 9th is medicine. 10th is 7 days. 11th is wise do not eat. Die. Wise do not. ये हाँ कर रहा है मतलब लिखा के लिए या गलत लिखा है. Grieve. Wise do not grieve, knowing the terms of the world. What are the terms of the world? Those who live, those who have taken birth are going to die.
I'm 12.
Answer was grieve. G-R-I-E.
I'm 12.
क्या है इतना टाइम? I'm coming to it, no? What does Isa search for from how
Medicine.
Medicine. Both young world is that power of fall into the power of head.
अरे तो बहुत
आपको ऐसा पूछना है अच्छा हाँ वो उल्टा उल्टा हो गया तो 13 का भी 14 चेक कर लो. Your answer should be death.
मेरे बड़े टेस्ट ही है बहुत बड़ा है.
एक वो था flickering lights. Which one now? Flickering lights. What are the flickering lights made her realize? Yes, so man's life is like this, and there is word, there is death, all that. हाँ, हाँ, who's immortal?
No one in the world is immortal.
No one in the world is. Okay, so give me a set marks first.
क्या है? कहाँ मार रहा है कब से?
हम बुला रहे हैं सुनने से तो किसे?
हम बिना मतलब के बुला रहे हैं ना?
हमें आंसर चेक करेंगे बुला रहे हैं। आज तो अपने देख रहे हैं ना? नहीं मार रहा है। तो वो सही था मारने में। अब खुद से बुला रहा चेक कर देंगे।
कहाँ बुला है? एक बार
बुला रहा क्यों है? चेक करने के लिए। तेरा नहीं तो आंसर चेक करना था मेरे को। तेरे को क्या उसका चेक करना है? आंसर लिखना था। क्या? आंसर मैं बोलती हूँ ना तेरे को। क्या लिखा है तूने? 7th का चाहिए। 7th? 7th what was it? Wise. 7th का अभी चाहिए।
14 बताना।
Everything. हमने अभी फिर बोला था। Okay. 14 क्या selfish, that is common. अच्छा वो उल्टा हो गया था। 1 minute.
I'm feeling if surname लिखा हुआ है।
Hour of death.
I'm फिर surname लिख बुला रहा हूँ। मैंने से बोला ब्रैकेट लिख रहे हैं। हाँ। हम लोग किसके surname पे जाएंगे फिर?
अभी फोन कर दी। What was the condition imposed upon the source? See, no.
That no one in the house should be dead.
Yes.
No parents, no one should be there.
16, who did it? How many years? 7. 7. How many years did he wander? घूमा कितने टाइम के लिए?
18. I'm 17. I'm 17.
17 is 7. And last is Siddharth. Take your marks now. 70. 70. Okay, 13.
8th question. The person who overcomes sorrow has died.
How many? 13. 13. 12. 13. 13 are the highest. Come.